What is good, yo? Sorry, that was loud. My bad, yo. What's good though, everybody? It's KngRaptor, KngRaptor in the building. Y'all already know who it is. We back doing some more reaction videos. This time we got the homie Good Enough, bruh. It's been like a minute since we reacted to him. The last video we saw was 6 months ago, the deadly trials of Vietnam War. Alright, now listen. Although we haven't peeped him in a while, to be honest, I just didn't know he uploaded. Like, truthfully, bro. Like, genuinely speaking, next to Toonsy, and like, I don't even want to compare him to Toonsy, but I will say this, in terms of like animation, he's not really an animator, but in terms of like, what kind of content would you consider? I feel like it's educational, but in like a comedic, animated way, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to compare it to Toonsy, but in terms of just animators in general, he's probably like, for me, as of right now, like top three for me. But yeah, no, he's just, I don't know, I love his videos. They're educational, they're interesting, and they're funny on top of that, bro. His like artwork is like actually like top 3 hilarious stuff ever. That being said, today we're gonna peep
Let's start with
the most terrifying things in our universe, because that just sounds fire, bro. That sounds fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to expand my mind, I'm trying to have my neurological pathways open up to new possibilities and new things that I don't know about. If y'all are ready to get your shit blown, pause. Whoa! I am too. Also pause, but whatever. Let's go.
Let's start with the scary and slowly work our way towards the most terrifying ones on the list. Number 10, space junk. As it turns out, our planet is not the only thing we treat like a giant trash can, since space is slowly becoming a giant landfill as well.
Are you
serious? There are currently millions of pieces of man-made junk in Earth's orbit.
How is that possible, bro? Like, genuinely speaking, how is that possible? Unless, like, astronauts are just dumping stuff, which I highly doubt. I don't think NASA would do some dumps like that. But, like, genuinely speaking, how could this even happen, bro? Unless you throwing, like, you gotta be pitching like the Hulk, bro. You gotta pitch an arm of the Incredible Hulk. You gotta be averaging 20 jerks, you know, it's 20 gooning sessions a day to be able to chuck something into the atmosphere like that, bro. How is that possible?
For 30,000 of them being over 10 centimeters long, or around 4 inches.
But like,
now, the reason why this is so scary is that the number of junk is only growing. But this really shouldn't worry you, since I'm sure we'll eventually get around to cleaning it.
Never.
Which usually only happens when it becomes a big enough problem that our government is forced to do something about it. You see, the growing amounts of space junk are becoming a major problem for space exploration.
Listen, bro. I don't care about your political stance on anything, generally speaking, you know what I'm saying? This is a free space. I like to keep stuff lighthearted and, like, not controversial for the most part, you know what I'm saying? However, what I will say is people who don't believe in global warming, you motherfuckers are actually stupid, and we are so cooked if y'all don't lock in. If y'all ain't recycling, y'all ain't, like, just looking out for the environment in the most basic of ways, we will literally be cooked, alright? And, like, the craziest thing is a lot of people who jack the whole, like, bro, this isn't real, that and the third, is our parents and, like, grandparents, like, the older people, you know what I'm saying? Bro, it's not a problem for them, but it's going to be a problem for, like, our children, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's going to be a huge problem when we're older and our children are fucking growing up. It's gonna be a problem, bro, if we don't lock into them. I'm telling y'all right now. But
NASA has already had a course correct 32 times since 1999 to avoid satellites and space debris. Now, you're probably thinking, this is an issue that you will never have to worry about, since you never leave the house, let alone plan on traveling to space. But as it turns out, the space debris might just come to you.
What?
There have been many reports of large pieces of metal, spaceships, and satellites landing on people's property and homes.
Of course Florida! Only Florida, bro! You're gonna have a fucking chunk of space metal, a piece of fucking spaceship land and like make a crater in your backyard, bro. Florida is the land of nonsense. Florida and fucking what is it called? The kangaroo place, bro. I don't know why I can't remember. But those two places, bro, is filled with fucking nothing but nonsensical madness, bro. You go there again, you're liable to get jumped by a crocodile, fucking beaten up by a kangaroo, jerked off by a spider the same size as my fucking fist, or some nut shit, bro. Can't have it.
But I'm sure the majority of the pieces go unreported, since they most likely land in the ocean, where they blend in with the rest of the trash. Number 9, cosmic voids. As we leave Earth's orbit and begin to look further out into the universe, we quickly begin to discover all sorts of terrifying things. But before we get to those, I want to focus on nothing. I literally mean Nothing.
Okay.
You see, there are vast spaces in the universe that don't contain anything at all.
Just
No
emptiness.
planets, no stars, no moons, no McDonald's, no asteroids, nothing.
What?
These empty spaces are
No
known as cosmic
McDees.
voids, and in
No
some
Mickey
cases,
D's.
they can be hundreds of millions of light years in diameter. This would create a long and lonely space trip for anything that decides to journey across them. Unless, of course, you were blessed with being an introvert, since we are completely immune to this weakness. Now, I know these large numbers are very hard to grasp, so let me just show you what this all looks like. Here's an illustration of the Virgo supercluster, which contains around 100,000 galaxies, including our home,
Damn.
the Milky Way.
Hey,
Now, let's
Milky
zoom
Way.
out and take a look at the areas here.
Dude, how did we explore all this, bro? That's so, or maybe not explored per se, but how did we get this diagram of all this? That's so crazy. However, the fucking Boots void is actually insane, bro.
These are cosmic voids. This particular one here is called Boötes void, and is one of the
Boötes.
largest voids in the known universe, spanning around 330 million light years wide.
Damn.
For perspective, the entire Milky Way galaxy, which is home to at least 100 billion planets, is 100,000 light years wide. Number 8, dead galaxies. Dead galaxies are galaxies that have run out of cold hydrogen gas, which is necessary to fuel stars
Fuck.
and create
Bro, it looks like he giving birth.
new ones. These dead galaxies will be the first to
Why
become
is he
completely
looking-
dark and lifeless, leaving behind a cold and lonely cemetery. But for now, these galaxies appear red as they burn through their last remaining energy that
feel
they
like
will
I've heard of
ever
this back in
have.
school.
Now let's get to the terrifying part.
middle
All
school,
galaxies,
weird,
including our
weirdly
own,
enough.
will eventually run out of energy. And it's
Oh.
hypothesized that the entire universe eventually
just
will as
die?
well.
Are you
A stage
serious?
that is referred to as the Dark Era, and it's speculated to be the final state of the universe, leaving behind a cold and dark universe where light and energy cease to exist.
That's crazy, bro. I thought, like, the universe, though, is constantly, like, expanding and developing, like, as it, like, goes on. Like, it's, like, a never-ending, like thing, like a kind of like a thing of motion, you know what I'm saying? Where, like, constantly, like new planets, you know, universes, Milky Ways, all that shit. Milky Ways, what? That's the name of ours. But you know what I'm saying? Like, are constantly, stars and shit are constantly being, like, made and shit. Am I bugging? I swear to God, that's something I remember learning. Maybe I'm wrong, because I generally have not heard about space stuff since, like, middle school. And, like, even before that, honestly, like, we barely even talked about, astronomy back in middle school. I think it was, like, what, like even before that. Like, I remember, bro, the day Pluto was, like, confirmed to not be a planet. Bro, nigga, we were in class and we were learning about, like, you know what I'm saying, our solar system and the planets in it. And then, like, a month or two later, our teacher was like, yeah, scrap everything we learned. Pluto is actually not a planet. I gotta remember that. It was, like, it was, like, what, like, 4th grade? It was, like, 4th grade. I said second. It was, like, 4th grade, bro. 4th grade. I literally remember that. Crazy shit.
Number 7, planets. NASA estimates that there are at least 100 billion planets in the Milky Way galaxy alone,
Huh?
and over 6 sextillion
crazy.
planets in the observable universe.
Like-
That's 21 zeros, by the way.
Okay,
Not that
thank
it
you.
even matters, since none of us could even come close to
that.
comprehending
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
insane.
instead, people try to visualize this by saying that there are more planets in the known universe than grains of sand
salt.
on
Yeah,
Earth.
I said
And for
salt,
those of you that have
sand.
never been to the beach, take it from someone who has. We still can't comprehend this number
That's so
either.
crazy, though.
Now, we don't have to look far
And
to find
bro. And listen, and motherfuckers think, like, aliens and, like, or just other life out there doesn't exist. Like, how can you genuinely think that? Like, do you think we are the only, like planet with life just in the entire, like, universe, bro? It's so big. This man said how many fucking planets were just in the Milky Way alone? Like, something in the billions or something? Unless I'm tweaking. I think that's what he said. Bro, you telling me that somewhere out in the galaxy there's not another planet that's housing, you know, individuals of some sort of life, you know what I'm saying? Just living their life out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, like, it's so vast that it just feels like it's unfathomable to think that we are the only thing. Like, that feels self-centered, you fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? Always think about yourself. Like, what, we special here on Earth? Nigga, fuck Earth. Nigga, all we do is kill each other.
some truly terrifying
I
planets.
need some alien
Since
bad
we have a
bitches on
few
my
of them
cock,
here in our
bro.
own
Yeah.
solar system, but let's just take a look
Tired
at the
of this
scariest
shit.
one, Jupiter. This
Oh.
planet is an absolute nightmare
Why?
and is scary enough to just look at. Jupiter's a giant gas planet that is 1,300 times larger than Earth and is covered in violent storms, as I'm sure you already know. But
Why
really
is it
quickly,
terrifying to
here are
look
just a
at?
few of the ways Jupiter would absolutely mop the floor with you. Radiation exposure, dead. Atmospheric pressure, dead. 400 plus mile per hour
Yeah,
winds,
you go
dead.
into that
Struck
shit, you
by
just
lightning,
die.
dead.
Hey, holy
You overheat,
shit.
dead. You freeze,
Dead.
You decide to breathe, dead.
Dead.
But if Jupiter's not scary enough, our
Motherfucker
galaxy
can't
has
even
many
breathe
other
in peace.
horrific planets to choose from, like planets that constantly rain molten iron or molten glass.
Yeah,
planets
bro.
that are entirely covered in ice. Planets that are entirely covered in lava. Planets that are entirely
That's
covered
so
in water.
cool. That's so
Planets that
cool,
are
though.
just completely dark. Planets with giant hurricanes the size of Earth. Nope, that's just Jupiter again. I told you that place sucks. Number 6, aliens. Ever since we were young, Hollywood has conditioned us to be scared of aliens. So it's no surprise that this one would end up on the list. Movies like Aliens, Signs, Predator, Cloverfield, The Thing, and of course the GOAT, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, all made aliens incredibly violent and terrifying. And when Hollywood finally attempted to create a friendly and relatable alien, all they got
E.T.
right was his body type. And it definitely worked. Scientists say that it's only a matter of time until we find the existence of aliens. But here's the thing, right? An alien or an extraterrestrial being is simply just something that is living that didn't originate on Earth. So this
literally.
could be something as small as bacteria, but if we're lucky, it could be a fish or mammal-like creature.
Yeah, I
But
feel
of
like
course-
there's gonna be some sort of mammal like out there. Like even if it's not like as developed in terms of like, you know, like brain capacity as like a human, I feel like there gotta be some life somewhere, bro. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be fucking flying spaceships, but I just feel like it's impossible for it not to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to be something of, like, actual, like, substance to, like, the point of it, like, walking on 4 legs at least, you know what I mean?
This could be something infinitely more terrifying. And that's what makes this one so scary. We really don't know what's out there. Now, thankfully, we all know that first impressions are everything. So I'm hopeful that aliens will just take a quick look at Earth's orbit
"Oh, that's cool,
and
man."
decide not to visit, since we're obviously very dirty. Number 5, gamma ray bursts. Gamma ray bursts are the most
I've heard of
powerful
this.
explosions in the known universe, releasing more energy in a second than the sun would in a billion years.
Holy
This
shit.
can occur a few different ways. Either when a star goes supernova, when 2 neutron stars collide and form a black hole, or when a black hole swallows a
Kirby.
neutron star. These massive bursts of energy are 1,000,000 trillion times brighter than the sun and could last anywhere from 10 milliseconds to several hours. Now here's what makes them so scary. The light produced can't be seen by the naked eye. So if Earth were to be hit by one of these powerful gamma ray bursts, we would never see it coming. And depending on how close the source of the gamma ray burst is, it would determine if life on Earth would survive. At a
Shit.
distance of 6,000 light years, it would cause mass extinction due to the deadly amounts of radiation. But if the gamma ray burst occurred further away but still managed to get a direct hit on us, it could still be catastrophic, since it would heavily damage all of our satellites and technology, shutting down the Wi-Fi. Thankfully, Earth is not really in danger of such an event, since our sun is far too small to produce this type of explosion. Instead, our sun will just grow so large that it slowly swallows the entire planet. Number 4, colliding galaxies. With billions of galaxies traveling through the universe,
Bro,
some are
I gotta continue playing Spore. That's something I will do. On everything I love, I'm gonna finish playing Spore. I'm not gonna probably beat Space Stage, but like, bro, Spore was a series we started on the channel like a year or 2 ago. I want to say a year ago though now, right? And I love Spore. I played Spore all my life, you know, as a kid at least growing up. I don't know how many playthroughs of Spore. Me and my brother both. You know what I'm saying? 2 different games of it, bro. And the reason why I'm even bringing this up because it's like, damn, why am I bringing it up? It just has to do with like space, especially the final like stage of like evolution in that game. It's just you're in space, you know what I mean? You're going to other planets, you're meeting other beings and shit like that. It's just cool shit. And I don't know, that just like something about this video is just making me kind of want to play Spore. I'm going to continue that series on God.
are bound to
That
bump into one
and,
another. As a
Bully.
matter of fact, our galaxy will be one of them. The Milky Way is scheduled to crash into our neighboring galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy. But that collision won't be for
I've
another
heard
4 to
that.
5 billion years.
I've
Hopefully
heard of
long
that.
after humans have left
Completely.
Earth and populated other planets. But let's talk about what makes colliding galaxies so scary. As the 2 galaxies begin to get get close to one another, their gravitational pull will bring them together. Now, surprisingly, planets crashing into one another would be extremely rare, since galaxies are mostly empty space. But what would happen is planets would be rearranged and shuffled around, knocking them away from their current solar systems and creating new ones. So any planet with life on it might be stuck with a new neighbor. Here are a few galaxies that are currently merging as we speak. Number 3, supernovas. Supernovas are the largest explosions that humans have ever seen. They can outshine their entire galaxy for a few days or even months, and can be seen across the universe. A supernova can occur a couple of different ways. The first one is when a massive star runs out of nuclear fuel and collapses, causing it to go supernova. The second is when a white dwarf star gains enough mass by...
What is going on here, bro? What is actually going on in this diagram, bro? What the fuck is he doing?
Siphoning it from another nearby star, causing it to collapse.
Bro, I'm tired of these blue balls, yo.
But let's talk about what makes supernovas so scary. When a star goes supernova, it obliterates everything in its path and is powerful enough to destroy all life on any planet within 30 to 50 light years. For perspective, our sun is only about 4.2 light hours away from our furthest planet, Neptune. Even though supernovas are one of the most deadly events in the known universe, easily obliterating every living thing in their way, at least they make great screensavers. Number 2, black holes. Black holes are easily one of the most terrifying things in the known universe. It's mostly due to the fact that we don't fully understand how they work. But here's what we do know. There are 2 different types. The first one is called a stellar mass black hole and is roughly 3 to 1,000 times the mass of our sun. These are created when a large star goes supernova and collapses in on itself, creating a black hole. The second type is a supermassive black hole and can be millions to billions of times the mass of our sun. Also, we have no idea how these black holes are formed. And when I say we, I mean, I couldn't find an answer using Google, got frustrated, and just came to the conclusion that the answer simply doesn't exist. But the most common theory I kept seeing is that a black hole must have swallowed another black hole, making it grow much larger. If there's anything I have learned while scripting this video, it's that astronomers and astrophysicists never give a simple answer to anything. So them resorting to the classic answer of, you eat, you grow, is quite comical. Since I know firsthand, that is not always the case. But with that out of the way, let's talk about what makes black holes so terrifying. Well, for starters, one of these supermassive black holes sits right at the center of our galaxy, gobbling up pieces of the Milky Way as we speak. Another reason why they're so creepy is simply for the fact that they are completely invisible. As I'm sure you know, this is because black holes have a force of gravity so strong that nothing can escape it, not even light. So the only way we can see where they are in the universe is by seeing how they interact with their surroundings.
Okay, that is true. That's actually true. Okay, I did know that, but I didn't know that. Like, I've seen the pictures of that shit, where it's like, you know, with like the light going around and like that's a black hole or whatever. But I never knew that's because it's like invisible and it just like you know what I mean, like taking the light, you know what I mean? We just see because of all the
why black holes are so high on the list is simply because we don't know what would happen if you were to enter one. Are they just wormholes? Or would you just get stretched out like a giant piece of spaghetti? I'm not kidding, that's the most agreed upon theory. They call it spaghettification. Or could it be a portal to an alternate dimension? We really don't know. Either way, all of these are absolutely terrifying. Number 1, the size of the universe. Hands down, the most terrifying thing about the universe is its size. Just allow me to present my case.
Bro, that's what Shuddy said about me. You know what I'm saying? She said, you know, I said the scariest. Oh. Yeah, my phone said, shut that shit the fuck up, nigga. No, she did not. Alright, my fault again.
Does this image scare you?
No.
What about now?
Yes.
Exactly. Let me show you a few more illustrations before I rest my case. For simplicity's sake, let's start at ground level. This is you. You're probably in your room. Your room is in your home. Your home is here on Earth. Earth's home is in our solar system, which has 8 planets. Our solar system is part of the solar interstellar neighborhood, which is part of the Milky Way galaxy, also home to at least 100 billion other planets. The Milky Way galaxy is part of the local galactic group, which is home to 3 other galaxies. The 3 galaxies are all inside of the Virgo supercluster, which has hundreds of galaxies and galaxy clusters. The Virgo supercluster is part of the local superclusters. The local superclusters sit right at the center of the entire observable universe, which spans 93 billion light years wide. But it doesn't end there. This is just what we can see with the current technology we have, and we have no idea how much larger the universe is, or if there's even an end to it.
Yeah,
but of course, this doesn't stop us from speculating on its size or what could potentially be out there. Are there alien civilizations far more advanced than ours? Or alternate realities with infinite possibilities? Or maybe we're all just plugged into a computer, a simulation. After all, would this not be the best time in our known history to simulate? Or maybe Earth is flat and just like birds, space is not real, so none of this really matters. I guess in the end, it turns out that the scariest thing about the universe is not really up in space, but instead lives here inside of our imaginations.
That's real. That's real right there, bro. Man, I love this guy's videos, bro. Alright, well, that was the most terrifying things in our universe by Good Enough. If y'all enjoyed the video, go check out his channel. Go leave a like on this video. Subscribe, comment, share it. Helps the channel out a lot. Without further ado, it's your boy KngRaptor. I'll catch up boys later. Peace.
Got the mojo deals, we been tripping like the 80s. Pulling out the coupe at the lot.